Santi's got the cross away. There's Rubin.
Now Rubin waiting, and it's in the back of the net.
Gold Cup experience was fun. It was such a great run, kind of like the Cinderella run of the tournament. We had a tough group going into Gold Cup and being able to get out of it and then play in the quarters against Canada, beat Canada, and then obviously play the U.S. and unfortunately we lost. But it was such a special moment to get third place, first time ever in the history of Guatemalan football. You know, going into halftime, coach pretty much told us, like, you know, we're up a man, we can attack more. And we were on top of them all of the second half. There was a moment when the ball goes to Santis, and as soon as Santis cuts back, I knew that ball was gonna get whipped in. We've been practicing that so much in training. I even watched the replay. He didn't even look up to see who was in the box. He just knew that, you know, I was gonna be there. So the ball was played perfectly. And at that point, I just kind of knew that I had to kind of guide the ball just because it was kind of whipped in so hard. I couldn't really put my head, make really hard contact on it, just because I knew that if I did, it would probably go, you know, not into the goal. So I just kind of guide it, put it into anywhere in the box. But it was such a special moment to be able to celebrate, you know, with my teammates. The coaches even ran, you know, to me to be able to tie the game. And then at that point, we could, you know, with 15 minutes left, we felt like we could really win the game. And, you know, once we went to PKs, it's a toss-up. I'm glad we were on the other side. You know, the first game was going to be the most important one, and kind of just went with that. And then that led us into going into Panama with that confidence of being like, all right, we can compete. And that's kind of helped propel us to have the tournament that we did. You know, coming off the bench, sometimes you got to be ready and be in that kind of mindset. And I knew my moment was going to come, and, you know, my moment came for Guadalupe, and then obviously Canada, and then, you know, starting against USA. So I knew that, you know, I had to make the most of my opportunities, try to find myself in the box, get myself in positions to try to score and help my team propel to the win. And, you know, luckily I was able to do that. Going into qualifiers in September, October, November, we have a lot to play for. We have a lot of pride. We have a lot of confidence as well. Those players that were able to see themselves do it against top teams, now going into the qualifiers, that they can also do them against top teams. Se agradece mucho todo el apoyo, todo en Estados Unidos. Fue muy lindo saber que estuvimos en casa todos los partidos de aquí que jugamos en Estados Unidos en la Copa Oro. La gente chapina nunca pierde el amor por la Sele, y muchas gracias por todo el apoyo.